Hello and welcome to round 6 of the Pirelli Super Series 600 Championship. From a sunny Anglesey. I've got my top off. It's not actually that warm, but I've just got in off the bike. I've had 2 sessions now. It's looking absolutely mega. Got my new fairings and graphics. Looking a lot better now, but Layla has got a special message. What do you want to say, Layla? Like and subscribe. Said like and subscribe, so you like and subscribe while I play the intro.
In audio.
So yeah, as I mentioned, just had the second session. Feeling really good on the bike. Anglesey's always been a good track to me. Done 10.6, so that's like what, 1.3 outside my PB. It's only the second session, used tyres, all the rest of it. So yeah, feeling really good. The suspension's definitely too hard for here, so I took some preload out after the first session and felt a lot better. I also increased engine braking in the second and third gears. So now what we're going to do is go down on the front springs. We'll do that for this session, and then we'll probably go down on the rear spring for the next session, and just get a little bit more pitch in the bike, just so I feel like I've got more weight on the front end in the corner, or more weight on the rear during acceleration. Yeah, so far so good. Well, that was the 4th session of the day. A little bit hard to try and decide whether the rear shock was better or not, because my back tyre was like, it's pretty cooked. So there's one wear marker, but the one that's there on the drive part of the tyre's gone. This is actually the right hand side edge, but because I'm running it backwards, you can see it's definitely past its best. We've got an SC0 going now, which I think I already said, so do the last session with a little bit of grip and see what we can do. Did a 10 flat there, felt pretty comfortable, apart from the fact that I couldn't open the throttle because it was spinning. But yeah, it feels good, so happy. Well, just finished the last session of the day, and as I was going out for it, I realised that we've had no onboard footage from today. So if you want to see what Anglesey Coastal Circuit's like, go back and watch one of my previous videos. I typically do quite well here, although that was on at R6. We've had the last session of the day now. I did get quite angry with the amount of... I know everyone's here doing their own thing, but yeah, just not being able to get space on track. I did a 9.7, so what's that, 4/10 off my PB, again not on new tyres, so feeling good for tomorrow, and my pace looks similar as all the regular front runners, so feeling good. Sleeping Beauty's enjoying it as well. Yes, that is a dirty wheel trolley which we've carted engines about and all sorts, but she loves it, so yeah, see you tomorrow. Welcome to sunny, if not slightly breezy, Anglesey circuit. Qualifying in about 10 minutes. Hopefully I can get a clear lap in and put a good time on, so I'll see you out there. session. Cruising a little bit, or I feel like I was cruising. There was, like, in that front group, a lot of the riders who wouldn't be at the front were in that group, and I just thought I'll get held up here, so I just let everyone go. So I didn't really have a tow for any of my laps, and I was doing one lap on, I'd catch someone, so then I'd take a lap off and try and find a bit of space, so no flow. I ended up second right at the very end, but I was first for most of it. Definitely could have went faster, so feeling pretty good about it. Looking forward to the race now. I obviously was trying not to stress the tyre like too much, so that was the reason for lap on lap off, rather than try and fight and get through people. And I just thought better to try and do it myself around here, especially with being such a little track. Anyway, yeah, I'll see you for the race. That is not how I wanted to finish the race. As you can see, my pace was pretty shit throughout the race. Made a decent start, but weak in a couple of areas. Just didn't have a very good rhythm with the other bikes around me. Anyway, damage to the bike's not too bad. Put a hole in my leathers. No hole in my skin though, so big thanks to Helmet City who sorted me out with all my protective gear, suit, boots, helmet. Use discount code Tommy24, get 15% off online. Yeah, not great. I'll update you in a bit. Well, hello, welcome back to Anglesey. 3:30. Time's 3:30. The race which I fell off was 1 o'clock, so it's probably like 1:10 when I fell off. Bike's now back together. Leaving these tyres in because we'll do emergency practice in the morning just to make sure everything's okay. Replace the broken bits. The only bit I haven't swapped out is this bullet slider because the damage is minimal. That's the only damage to the fairings, which I'm pretty happy with. I might actually put a bit of black tape over there, hide that. So the sum total of our damage is here. GB Racing front brake lever guard, GB Racing pulse cover, Spider clip-on tube, Spider foot peg, eBay Alibaba £4 exhaust protector. If you don't use these, I would highly suggest getting them because they're £4. I mean, they don't look the best, but they save your exhaust from getting smashed to pieces. A lot of the if it's only a little slide, they do work incredibly well. Mickey Stes was the person who put these onto these many years ago, and at one point I was buying them in bulk because they used to crash that much. But the bike looks fine now. I was told I don't need to go back to scrutineering. However, I'm just going to go and check that and make sure I don't need to do a medical either. Again, big shout out to Helmet City who sort of supply me with all my gear. Discount code Tommy24, 15% off. Not to be grumbled at. Anyway, I'll probably see you tomorrow. Bye. Well, just been out for emergency practice, just to make sure everything was okay after yesterday's little off. Not that it was a big crash, but levers and stuff, just make sure they were right. It was okay. Did try a rear damper change, so took some rebound out halfway through the session to see whether it would improve the grip. It did improve grip, but the bike also felt a little bit uncontrolled through the sort of faster corners, so all along that kind of front straight that isn't straight at Anglesey. It was pulsing a little bit on the back, so have to have a think on whether or not we're gonna go with that change for the race or not. First race on Sunday always uses new tyres, so that always gives me like a big improvement. But obviously we do need to think about race 3 as well and how we can try and increase the drive grip. So yeah, we'll see what happens in this next race, starting from 6th. Race performance for myself, an overall pace which is about 2/10 slower than I was in qualifying with no tow, so I'm just struggling to get my head around it, but I just need to get some rhythm back really and start, you know, riding the bike properly. So yeah, it's not really the bike's fault, it's mine. Yeah, I just need to get on the goddamn bike and ride the goddamn thing. As you might have seen, I don't know if the GoPros have survived, but I had a crash just coming out of school corner as I touched the brakes on the way into Rocket, so it's got to be 140 mile an hour, must be. It's along the floor for quite a way on my arm. It's got a big hole in it, so they've told me that I need to go to hospital to get it cleaned out and possibly a graft. So we're on the way to hospital now. My bike did some, well I say my bike, the bike I'm riding did some cartwheels and flips and stuff, so it's looking a bit worse for wear. A little bit gutted really. Pace was better in that race. So yeah, massive thank you to everyone who helps me go racing, although this probably is the last for this year at least, so yeah, I'll see you in a bit. I've got some photos now of the bike during the crash, and you can see kind of the extent and how badly it actually crashes.
I have created like a PayPal donation thing, so if anyone watches the videos on the channel and you find some worth on my channel, if you'd like to make a donation, then that will be great, because obviously I'm staring down the barrel of a very large repair bill now. Thankfully I'm, you know, okay, apart from my arm and a couple of bruises and things. I did get a skin graft, quite a big one, from my left thigh. I haven't seen what it looks like yet. So yeah, hope you've enjoyed watching the channel. I was a little bit, I mean, it's still a little bit somber now. It was definitely a more somber note when I was in the car going to a Welsh hospital, which turned out to be useless. I ended up coming home and getting operated on the following day. But nonetheless, I'm here, which is the main thing. But I'd like my bike back together. Hopefully I'll get out for the last round of the year at Donington in October. But there's, you know, my frame's going to need to go on a jig and all sorts. There's a long road to recovery for the motorcycle. Thankfully mine's not as long. Make sure you like and subscribe, and like I said, there'll be a donate link either on the screen or in the description if you'd like to, you know, chuck any money in. Even a £5 would be a big help. Thank you.